Welcome, this is Nathan and welcome back to another video. Today we're continuing to look at a scenario where civilization restarts. And I messed up in the last video saying episode 14 when it was episode 13. It was a mistake. And I will... It was a mistake. It's not a big mistake. It didn't cause anything. I don't think anybody's going to notice, really. But today we might be taking a look at a pretty big event which could end up leading to one of the collapses of the biggest of some of the what am I trying to say? We could see the collapse of one of the biggest oldest countries in this. Well, I wouldn't say oldest, but this video is going to be pretty big. So we're probably going to be seeing the collapse of a country who has big influence and is a big power. If you're looking at the thumbnail, you're probably going to know who it is. But anyway, we're going to begin over here in Asia. Definitely, this is, I'm not going to spoil anything, but this might be where the war's taking place. And no, it's not the turquoise team. They are still really important. And it's not the red team because, well, they kind of already experienced their collapse. This blue team will fall apart for the last time, probably, and leading to its collapse. Now, why is this happening? Well, it's because the blue team up here is invading it. Yeah, this blue team has been very aggressive as of recently, and this is their next target. They just invaded the small country over here, and this blue team they think is a threat. They're still pretty fine with the yellow team. Now, with this invasion and the taking of the capital, this blue team, which was already looking to be on the downfall, is now on the downfall completely. The yellow team will join the war to get as much land as they can from this collapsing country, which they do so, and rush in, because they can't really go anywhere else in the, Central Asia, because it's a mess. But after taking all this land, we see a piece of the country break off. So let's take a look at that. And we see this entire piece of land break away, which is actually pretty new. Not really, I don't think the land over here is new. But with this, the blue team is going to finish up what they started and, well, they're going to take all the land over here, but around under their noses, the green team jumped in and grabbed this chunk of land. They haven't made a move since they got their independence, and this is their move. Well, obviously they've been moves, but just going to fix this because that looks kind of horrible. So, this blue team is now looking to be becoming a pretty big power, but it's got one issue. It's not really, the most stable. It's not really, I don't know how to explain the word. It's not really, the country that will function well enough. So, the capital of this new country will go right here. This invasion was mostly done because they were scared the blue team was going to try an invasion of them. Yeah, there was two blue countries here, so that totally wasn't the reason why I killed off that one. I'm going to admit it was. That only makes the map look a lot different. That's actually really odd. Oh, I don't like that. It looks really odd without that country there, because it's been here so long. Yeah, so this is becoming a big power now. And rankings, I think I'm actually going to touch up in this video because they're going to change, drastically in this video. The turquoise team is number 1. I don't think there's any question there. Number 2 goes to the chocolate. Alright, sorry about that. Number 3, I think either goes to Cyan or Pink team. I don't know, but I'm actually going to give that over to Cyan team just because they're a colonial power. They own land over here. I can't really do the 3 on them because they're cyan. Number 4, I'm gonna give it over to the blue country over here. I know that's kind of crazy, but they're a really big sphere of influence. Number 5, probably... This is, oh yeah, probably the pink team after that. After that, I think number 6 would probably be the burgundy team down here. Number 7, the cyan team. Number 8, the yellow team over here. Number 9, the blue team. Number 10, the shadow team because they're a colonial power. Anyway, the blue team is going to have a breakaway. I wouldn't say really a breakaway, more just a release. They're releasing this chunk of land up here for a reason. So they released this chunk of land up here, mostly because it was wanting its independence, but also because the blue team just doesn't need it. They took it from the collapse of the baby blue team, but after keeping hold of it for so long, they found it useless. Anyway, I think we get onto the big collapse. And yes, it's going to be our blue team over here, who's number 4. How is this collapse going to happen? It's going to be something to do with the turquoise team. The turquoise team, seeing that this is probably going to be a challenger, wants to basically get rid of them as a country. So, this isn't like a war. This is going to be a rebel funding for the first time in this series. So, the turquoise team will start funding rebels, and what that basically means is over here on the coast, which used to be a country, they will basically just have like people shoving signs and all that into people. That's kind of how rebel things would work at this time. And yes, turquoise team is number 1, but this is number 4. And even though they're not as big as turquoise team doesn't want them to be big. And this is not the only thing they're doing. They're sending people into these countries that border the blue team, not the brown team. They've kind of just left the brown team alone to get that thing all together. But they're going into these 3 countries and telling them to, and basically making it that this blue team is doing something horrible. So, while these rebels are happening in the blue team, all 3 of these countries will join the war, or will declare war on the blue team. Yep, that's right. This is all because of the turquoise team being greedy and wanting more power. So this green team will begin invasion into the blue team, which was unexpected. The yellow team, who this might be the end for the yellow team, will begin pushing down towards the capital. But the blue team was quick to say no to that and push them back. This blue team, probably the strongest one here, will do extremely well against the blue team. So many blue teams, oh my god. This dark cyan team, there we go, that's another name for it. They proved to be extremely good. And if you want to say it, this is basically the China of our world. So, of this world, not our world. So this dark cyan team will completely cut them off from going any further, from like escaping to Taiwan or something. And yeah, this is going to be the end for this team, as 2 rebellions pop up. So, 2 new countries appear, and at this point, it's over for the blue team. This was not expected by anybody, and this collapse is honestly surprising for the world. The green team will continue pushing in, and the finishing blow will come from the yellow team, as they push down and capture the capital with no issue. And the blue team accepts peace with all these countries, so let's take a look at this. So, as we can see, the blue team is just dead. They lose so much land from this. So, they still remain, they still exist, but they're just a shell of themselves. So the Dark Side team gets a whole bunch of land, and probably getting a lot of power from this. The Green team keeps what they took. A new country is formed, and these two are the same. The Yellow team takes a little bit more land, but not much, because they're kind of expanding themselves out too far. But the new capital of these guys is here, and let's put this one at Hayden, just for the fun of it. Now, that threat eliminated is... Nobody knows about the rebellion funding thing, so everyone just thinks that was a collapse. But when we zoom out, this map is looking a lot different. There's not a big blue blob there. The Turquoise team will now take it upon themselves to expand out their empire more. I think at this point we can call this an empire, because the Turquoise team's growing power so much. We see them set up over here in Mozambique, and also over here in Madagascar. Now this is, I said about this in the last video, but they finally have now done it. And this is mostly just because when people are going through here in the future, they're going to have to go into the Turquoise team if they need supplies. Although, while they're going around, they literally have the entirety of here. But the Turquoise team can always expand upon this and, take over all of Madagascar in the future. And as you can see, the Turquoise team is probably the biggest... It's definitely the biggest power and country in the world that anybody's ever seen. Anyway, the Chocolate team will continue expanding over here in America, so I feel like we have to kind of head off to the Americas because we've been over there a long time. They now push up and take over this entire area surrounding whatever this place is called. And the only other thing we see happen in America is the blue team expand. I'm just realizing how many green and blue teams there are on this map. There's a lot. Maybe I should... Well, I don't know. I don't want to kill off countries just because of their colours. Like, certain countries I have certain plans for. It's just, I don't know. That blue team had to go because I didn't have a plan for that blue team. Anyway, what was the other thing I wanted to do for this video? Yeah, right, the Yellow team. Say goodbye to the Yellow team. They're not collapsing, like, fully going, but they're going to lose the upper half of their country, just because they're so big and, like, vague, there's nothing in them. So, let's take a look at this. Yeah, I seriously meant this was a rebellion. So, the entire upper half of the Yellow team breaks away, cutting off the Yellow team from further expansion, but to be honest, they didn't even have plans for it. The capital of this country will be down here. So yeah, Asia's becoming a lot more, colourful, and I kind of wanted that. Asia had a lot of big countries in it, and I've kind of killed off some of them. Well, the blue one over here, the blue team over here, and the Yellow team just lost land. So really, these guys are the only ones left who are big. But, well, these two aren't really my favourites, but the Turquoise team is one of them. Same with it. I don't even want to say favourites. I've always seen comments about favourites, but like, okay, I guess I'll say it. These two are some of my favourites. The Chocolate team is one of my favourites. I don't really have any other favourites. Like, other than these three, I don't know if I actually have any more. Oh, I have the Orange team, who kind of had to go because they didn't fit in. But other than that, I don't have any other big favourites. I have countries I like this green one up here, the Korea, and this green team in Vietnam. But other than that, there's not really many more I love. I guess this red team over here, but that's kind of not there. Pink team just... Ugh. No, the pink team, I kind of made them big and I don't know what to do with them now. Anyway, Cyan team's going to come down to the chocolate team, say hello. Well, no, this was planned. This kind of was planned for the Cyan team to come down here. And anyway, we're going to see a new country, I guess, be a colonizer, but I wouldn't really say it. Korea will be the colonizer of Taiwan. Yeah, that might be unexpected, but they have a lot of people moving into their country, because after this blue one collapsed, they're kind of like now the idol of Asia, if you know this thing. And they have plans to go into Philippines, if they know that exists, which I'm sure they do, because, I mean, I think the green team would have discovered that plenty of years ago. Final thing for the video, this purple team will be expanding in Africa just a little bit. That's it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.